Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to FYP TV. It's Tuesday the 18th of July and this is FYP Daily News Palace thing. Still got to think of a better title for that. Palace are in Hong Kong. They've landed there for the Premier League Asia Trophy where they take on Liverpool tomorrow, and Frank de Boer has been speaking at a press conference. So let's have a look at some of the things he said and some of the news lines around the club. The big news is that Jairo Riedewald, I don't know if I said that right, the young Ajax defender slash defensive midfielder, has apparently signed for Palace. It is a done deal. According to Dom Fifield at The Guardian, who definitely knows his stuff, it is a done deal. It hasn't yet been announced by the club. And in fact, De Boer, during his press conference in Hong Kong, did say, "No, it's not done. It's a very good possibility for us. I know Jairo very well, but it is not done." Obviously, the club will never say it's done until they're ready to announce it. And there's loads of things that players got to do when he's signed, like have the photo shoot holding the shirt, do an interview for the official club website. So hopefully Palace are getting things in order before they announce Jairo Riedewald's signing. It's a very exciting one though. He is widely regarded as one of the best young defenders in Europe and had the likes of Man United and Liverpool tracking him in the past. And apparently Palace beat Everton to his signing as well. He's good on the ball, he can play in defence, he's left-footed, he can play in centre-back, left side of a back three, left-back, or in defensive midfield, so he's very versatile and hopefully will not only help lower the squad age at Palace, which is something De Boer reportedly wants to do, but also just bring a little bit more quality to the defence, which I think we can all agree is something that had been lacking. There were hints yesterday that a new player might be arriving. When Palace landed in Hong Kong, they had a squad photo and two players were missing. James McArthur and Chung Yong Lee weren't there. A lot of fans tweeting the club saying, why aren't they there? And it turns out, this is from the Croydon Advertiser, that they have picked up injuries and haven't travelled with the squad. Eagle-eyed fans will notice that young defender Michael Phillips had been called up and has taken one of those places. He was in the squad photo, but that still leaves one space in the 25-man squad. Hopefully, that is now going to be filled by Jairo Riedewald, who apparently has signed and has flown over to Hong Kong to join his teammates and will hopefully be in the squad for the game against Liverpool on Wednesday. More transfer news. Obviously it's silly season, so every update is going to be transfers pretty much. Christian Benteke is linked with a move away from the club again. Chelsea have been linked with him, Everton linked with him. It's pretty obvious that he is our main striker. 17 goals last season. He is our main source of goals, and Palace definitely don't want to sell him. Certainly not for more than, let's say, what, 50 million? I don't know, it's probably the going rate for a striker now. Certainly if it's a club like Everton, who have somehow got loads of money, or Chelsea, who are going to have to spend big on strikers because they wanted Lukaku and they didn't get him, and he went to Man United. But De Boer in his press conference did say again that Benteke isn't going anywhere. He told reporters he's happy here and we really want him to stay. He's made a great impact last season, especially in the second half of the season, and he is crucial to us and we don't want to sell him. Absolutely right. I don't think there'll be a Palace fan anywhere that disagrees with that. We have to keep Benteke. If we're talking about progress next season, finally getting away from those relegation battles we've been dragged into every year in the Premier League in the last couple of years, and actually kicking on to top half, you know, something like that. We need goals. You need a player like Benteke in our team. He has to stay. He'll be very difficult to replace, even for 30 million or whatever kind of the going rate is now. The longer he's with us and the more goals he scores, he's starting to realise that that 27 million last summer actually looking like probably good value for money, which I know is a crazy thing to say, but this is the world of football we live in at the moment. So hopefully those Benteke rumours will be put to bed. We might see a few more this summer, who knows, because that's the way the transfer window goes. But hopefully that'll be it and he'll stay this season and score us even more goals. Further news coming out of the club is that Jason Puncheon has been confirmed as the club captain for this season, which I think is news that every Palace fan can get on board with. Punch was made captain last season by Sam Allardyce, of course, and almost immediately the team's fortunes turned around. His first game was that home game against Middlesbrough that we won 1-0, and then we went on that brilliant run of games to drag us out of the relegation zone. And even though Punch himself admitted on the FYP podcast back in April that his stats in the last couple of seasons in terms of goals and assists haven't quite been what he wanted, it's undeniable the impact that he has made on the pitch and off it in his role as captain. He loves the club loves him, he loves the fans love him. He grew up literally around the corner from Selhurst. You don't get many stories of local lads being captains of their local team anymore. And it really is almost like a bit of a fairy tale. And if Puncheon can find a way to maximise his abilities this season, whether it's playing a bit deeper, you know, whether it's in a different formation depending on what De Boer goes for, because now he's got Loftus-Cheek coming in, pushing in for that number 10. We still need Puncheon as part of this squad and part of this team, and we need him as captain. That is his role now. How we get the best out of him, that's up to De Boer. But it's really obvious that Punch, I think, is the perfect captain for Palace, and long may he continue in that role. And finally, Palace have announced they've got their first ever sleeve sponsor. Yeah. Chinese football app Dongquiki, no idea if I've said that right, are going to be Palace's sleeve sponsors for this season, and they join Chinese betting firm ManBetX as the main shirt sponsors. The ManBetX sponsor did not get a good reaction from Palace fans for various reasons, not just the fact it looks like a bit of a car crash, but also the fact that should Palace be having a betting firm on the front of their shirts, that's a whole big debate in football at the moment. And then when you looked at some of the videos they had on their YouTube channel, which have been taken down, were not family friendly, let's put it that way. And now Palace have got a sleeve sponsor, which you've never had before, and I'm sure there'll be most fans won't necessarily be keen on that. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in now with football and sponsorship. It is all getting a bit crazy, and this is probably only the beginning as well. I'm no doubt it'll become like Formula 1, where there'll be sponsors plastered all over the players' shirts. But it won't just be Palace, it'll be other clubs as well. This is unfortunately just the way football is heading. It's not great, and you know, it'd be nice if there was ways around it. And there are debates on betting firms being involved in football. But you know, the sacredness of the football shirt is kind of long gone, unfortunately. You know, these aren't the 70s or the 80s where there was no sponsor. This is just the way it goes now. Shirts now cost 50 quid and they're plastered in sponsors. That's just the way of the world. You can either buy one and, you know, buy into it, or you can buy an old retro shirt with no sponsor on, which is what I prefer to do, to be honest. So there you go. But anyway, Palace, first ever sleeve sponsors, which you will be seeing in the coming weeks when Palace return to England and play in the Premier League. So there you go. Right, thanks for watching this FYP Daily Palace News Update video thing. Comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Are you pleased with Puncheon being captain? Are you disappointed with the sleeve sponsor at Palace? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to FYP TV on YouTube if you haven't yet for these daily videos and other stuff. We've got a video of Frank de Boer talking after the Maidstone game. So there's lots of stuff happening on the channel. Like the video if you enjoyed it as well, because then it will get into other people's feeds and into your feed more often, and let us know that we're doing the right thing. So that's it. Join us again tomorrow when Palace play Liverpool. We'll have reaction to that in the Asia Trophy. But until then, see you later.